Hello and welcome to this new video. Today I'm gonna grade my favorite DeathRun maps, and I actually have this tab open twice, and the reason for that is that I'm gonna make two tier lists. One is gonna be about speedrunning, how I enjoy the maps in terms of speedrunning, and one is gonna be about just the maps in general, how much I appreciate them in their style of building or in their style of just playing the game. So that's the two different things we're gonna do now, so let's get straight into it. Okay, so the map we start off with is Alien Facility, and now obviously I have to grade how I enjoy playing the maps right now, and obviously Alien Facility is broken right now, so I'm gonna grade it as D. I'm sorry, but there's just no other choice right now. But in terms of the map, I actually like playing it, although it's kind of hard with deaths, so I'll give it a B tier. And I appreciate the style of building as well, you can really see the alien thing. Second map is Ahlström Ruins, and that in terms of speedrunning is a really good map in my opinion. I'm gonna give it an A. I'm not particularly good with that, but I just like the map in general. For building, I do like it, but not that much, so I just feel like it could have been a bit better for terms of playing, so I'm gonna give it a C. Castle is really good for speedruns in my opinion. I'm gonna give it an S, although it can be annoying with deaths, but it's a really great map to speedrun and it's not easy, so I will say I like Castle. I enjoy the way it's how you can speedrun it. Castle for a map to play itself and for building style is okay, but also not the best thing, so I'll give it a B. Next thing up we have is Cave. I'm gonna give it a C for speedrunning because it's just simply really hard to get runs, but if you do, it can be enjoyable. In terms of just playing and building style, I think it's a bit too simple with the block choices and it's always the same. So I'm gonna give it a C again. For Crystal Knight, the speedrunning wise thing, it is hard, but if you get a run, it's really satisfying to play, so I'm gonna give it a B. And the map itself just looks amazing. I mean, just look at it, it looks great, so I'm gonna give it an S in terms of building and playing style. Elements is up next, which I actually really like speedrunning. I'm gonna give it an S tier. It's easy to speedrun. Deaths won't kill you that much now in Java 2 with only one death, and it's actually not that hard to get runs, so you can actually get 1-4 kind of consistently if you're good. So yeah, I like it. In terms of building and playing, I would say it's kind of cool. I'll give it a B. It's not the best, but it's also not bad. Let's go on with Enchanted Lagoon. In terms of speedrunning, it can be pretty hard at times, especially with the death being there, and it also involves some kind of hard strategies, so I'll give it a C. But in terms of building, Enchanted Lagoon is amazing. I would say it's one of the best maps building-wise that has ever been built, so yeah, I'll definitely give it an S. For Expelliarmus, to speedrun, it's really great. Deaths can be annoying sometimes, but speedrunning is really good. I'm gonna give it an A. In terms of building, it's of course really creative with the Harry Potter theme and stuff, so I'll give it an A as well. I like the map. For Gravity, of course, I have to grade like Java 2, and it's trash in Java 2, you can't even get close to the world record, so definitely a D. In terms of building, I like the map style, and I actually will give it an A, because Gravity is kind of the map that I would build if I could build a map. Like, it kind of meets my expectations when it comes to DeathRun map. High City, in terms of speedrunning, really hard, of course. So I'll give it a B. It's okay, but triple strafe at start, triple strafe at end is of course hard, and there are also some tricky strats in the middle, so yeah, it's not easy. High City in terms of building, of course, is really creative, and it is a really big project, so I would say that's an A in terms of building. Higher Dimensions is next, and speedrunning this can be hard at times, but if you do a good speedrun, it looks really satisfying, and in my opinion, I'm gonna give it an A for that. And building-wise, it's just another map that looks absolutely amazing in my opinion, so I'll say definitely an S. And also to play, that's really fun, and you have a lot of different ways you can do that, so I'll say S. For Ice, in terms of speedrunning, Ice is one of the worst maps in my opinion to speedrun on, with the death, with so many slab boosts and ice boosts you can miss, and I just don't really like the concept of it, so I'll give it a D. I'm sorry for all the people who like Ice, which are not that many, I think, so yeah, and also in terms of building, I don't really like it. I'm gonna give it a C. It's not that bad. I mean, of course there is a lot of effort in it, and it can be quite nice to play, but yeah, it's just not my style. Okay, so next up we have Ilvery. And for speedrunning, I would give it a B, because it can be really hard at some points, and also death can be really annoying. Has really hard strats in it, like the jump boost, so yeah, C for that. And in terms of building, Ilvery is amazing. I'm gonna give it an S, because just look at this big castle. The castle on Ilvery is literally bigger than the castle on Castle, so yeah. That's just all about that. Then next up, we have Interstellar, which is, for speedrunning, nice, but Java 2 ruined the auto trap, and so I don't know if you can actually break the world record again, so I'll give it a C. In terms of looking though, it's better. I would say it really brings over the Interstellar perspective, so I'm gonna give it an A. Next up we have Jade Coast. A lot of people hate it, but I actually think it's kind of enjoyable for speedrunning. It also brings some, yeah, a different factor into it. It can be hard, of course, but that's just what makes this map interesting for me. I'm gonna give it an A. In terms of building, of course, Jade Coast is an absolutely amazing map. The tropical theme, I love it, and so S again. Then next up, we have Jungle Base, actually. And Jungle Base for speedrunning is really hard in my opinion again, and I'm not too good at it, so I'll give it a B. It has some really hard strats, like the jump boost, and also the last strafe can be tricky, so yeah, that's all for that. In terms of building, it really brings the jungle factor, so I'll definitely give it an A. Next up we have Legacy. Legacy for speedrunning is hard, but it can be done, and in Java 2 I think the auto trap beating it is easier, so I will give it an A for speedrunning. And in terms of looking, yeah, these inside maps are hard to add variation into it, and I just don't really like the iron blocks, so I'll give it a B. No, I'll give it a C actually. It's not that good in my opinion. My next up for speedrunning, I would say great map. I'll actually give it an S. Of course people don't enjoy it because of the second strafe and because there are hard strats in it, but mine is so amazing and so satisfying if you speedrun through it fast, so yes, I'll definitely give it an A. And in terms of looking, it's also not bad. I'll give it an A as well. Next up we have Prison, which is I fail a lot of parts of it, for example the stairs, and the last strafe is also hard, so I'll give it a B. It's not that fun to speedrun in my opinion. And for building we have the same thing again, inside maps, iron block theme, maybe a bit variation with the traps, but that's all. So yeah, C again for me. Riviera. Hardest map in my opinion, but most fun to speedrun. I'll give it an S because it's so long and it's so hard to speedrun. That's what makes it interesting for me. And also, looking, it looks amazing. So, also S there. That's just my opinion about Riviera. It's a great map. Safari Valley is fun to speedrun as well, although it is really hard at some points. The 4 block jumps are hard, obviously, and the ending, of course. So I'll give it an A, and in terms of looking, it looks kind of neat. I would say it really brings the Safari Valley theme, so I'll give it an A as well. Next up, we have School, which was actually removed, but I can still grade it. School was really fun to play and also to speedrun. I'll give it a C in terms of speedrunning because it's just It has some parts into it that I don't really figure out why I was bad at them or why I was not that fast at them. I mean, I had the world record for quite a while, but I always saw 42 being possible, but I didn't really know why I couldn't get it. But in terms of looking, I'll give it a B. It brings the school factor over, but it's just not a map that I particularly like from the looks or from the playing, so yeah. Next up, we have Seasons, which is one of the worst maps to speedrun on, in my opinion. So many hard things, hardest being the water, this water invisible blocks jump. So yeah, I'll just give that a C. It's just not that fun, in my opinion. And in terms of playing and building, it's of course really good. So in terms of building, it's obviously really good, so I'll give it an A. So next up we have Skylands, and I actually enjoyed playing it and speedrunning it, but now there are just a lot of potential lagbacks in it, and it's just, yeah, it's just not that fun to play on anymore, so I will just give it a B for speedrunning, and for looking, it looks great, you have to say that, so I'll give it an A. After that we have Snowfall, which I'm extremely bad at speedrunning. I mean, I'm not that far off the world record, but it's just, I'm not that good at it, and I just don't like the concept of the map that much, especially the start is annoying with the curve at the start, so I'll give it a C. After that, on building terms, it's of course pretty good, and I'll just give it a B on here. Next up we have Sonic, which is, it's the fastest map. It's my world record, and I would really like to get a 40 on it. you have to say, I enjoy playing this map. I'll give it an S. And of course, for playing, the Sonic theme is perfect, and it just brings the atmosphere there. I'll give it an S as well. I just like this map. After that, we have Starbase, which is okay to speedrun. I was close to the world record for a while, but then not anymore. So I'll just give it a B for now. It's just that the route, the 5 strafe route, is really hard to do. And on terms of building, same thing again. It's an inside map. It's of course a bit more variation, so I'll give it a B, but it's just not what I like. After that we have Sweet Tooth, which is nice to speedrun, but as my world record is with an OP strafe at the end, there's almost no chance that I can beat it without another OP strafe, so I'm basically not playing it, so I'll give it a D. I'm not playing it, so yeah, I can't really grade that right now. And in terms of looking, the Sweet Tooth theme is perfect, so I'll give it a B. After that, we have Temple, and Temple, in my opinion, also a map that I can't do. I can't do the 3 strafe route properly, I can't do the world record strat, and also now with Java 2 it's basically impossible to get the world record, so I'll give it a D. And also for terms of building, I don't really like the map. A lot of people will call me out on this one, but I don't like Temple. I don't like it, so I'll give it a C. Throwback is not fun to speedrun in my opinion. It only has straight parts mostly, and then you have the jump boost, so it's ping related and stuff, so I just don't really like the map. I'll give it a C, it's not that fun to speedrun. But from building wise, I'll give it an S, because it just shows the Path of Hive perfect and made a DeathRun track out of it, and I just really like the concept of that, so I'll give it an S for this. To Be or Not to Be is hard to speedrun in my opinion, really really hard, and it's just not what I particularly enjoy about speedrunning, because the speed part is really hard and the end strafes are so luck based for me. I just don't really like this map. I'll give it a B. In terms of building though, it kind of brings over the B themes and yeah, that Shakespeare thing, so I will give it an A in terms of building. It looks kind of cool. Toxic Factory is next, and I have the world record on that one, and I do think it's kind of fun to speedrun, and also, now that the auto trap was changed, you probably can get a better world record if you get the right boost. So I will give it an A actually, but in terms of building, Toxic Factory is the worst map I've ever seen in terms of building. Actually, it's the map I like worst in terms of building, so I'll give it a D. It's just the theme that I don't like it. These blocks, this block variation, no. I'm sorry, I really don't like it. Valtier as of next. I am not good at it. I just got lucky once with my good run, with the good cobwebs, but I'm not good at it. People have 56 with the TNT strat that I'm not even sure you can do still. Sorry, I'll give it a D. For speedrunning, it's just not as fun. In terms of building though, it's a great map. It has a castle, and also the part after the castle is built nicely, so I'll give it a B. Venice. Of course, you all know what I want to say. Venice is trash for speedrunning. It's bad, and I agree, but if you get a run, it's satisfying. It's satisfying AF, and that's why I'm gonna give it a B, because it's hard to get a run, yes, but if you get one, it's really satisfying, and that's just what I like about speedrunning it. So yeah, in terms of building, also great map. The Venice theme is perfectly, so I'll give it a B on this side. Viaduct for speedrunning is hard, and I can relate people that don't really like playing it, but as I have the world record and as I kind of know the strats, I'll give it an A actually, because I kind of like it for speedrunning. And in terms of building, this spiral thing, which it was called for a short time after Java 2 release, I like it, so I'll give it a B on this side as well. Okay, next up we have Wahoo. The world record on this from me is also with an OP strafe, with 2 OP strafes actually. So, yeah, this map is also one that I don't particularly enjoy speedrunning. It has a lot of elements in it that I just don't like about it. So I'll give it a C in terms of speedrunning, but the playing and the building is insane. The Mario theme is just great and I like it. So I'll give it an S actually. It's just a really great map in my opinion. Western is... Fly recently improved the world record to 117.2. I have no idea how he does that anymore. But in general, I think Western is a kind of neat map to speedrun on. It has some nice elements into it that add a nice variation to it. Especially the 4th strafe, I would say. I kind of like the map and I'll put it on A. In terms of building, the Western theme is, of course, fits. And I'll give it a B on this side. For Windfall, I don't enjoy it. I'll put it on C. I know that I had the world record on it and that I should try to get it back and that this should kind of be my map, but Windfall has so many elements that you can easily fail on, and it's just not the thing that I enjoy the most about DeathRun. It's just... it has too much luck into it, in my opinion. Although I'm still tryharding on it, it's just not... I'm just not really enjoying it. And in terms of building, just look at this picture and you see how great this map is. I'll put it on S. I really like the theme of it. Jagrium is hard to speedrun, in my opinion. I have a good time on it, but I don't really know how to get better, and I'm not really playing it right now, so I'll put it on C as well. I just don't really know how to get forward anymore. In terms of building though, it's really, really great, and I enjoy it. I enjoy playing it very much, so I'll put it on C, on S. So yeah, that's just a map I think it is really good. Now for the last map, Zoo. I have said this before, I hate speedrunning on Zoo. Because Zoo is just... it just limits you with the strafes you have to use at the start and the strafes you have to use at the end. It just limits you in your way of what is possible. So I just don't really like speedrunning on Zoo. Of course there are other maps that limit you with just strafes, but still, Zoo is the worst one in my opinion, and I really don't like speedrunning on Zoo. But in terms of building, I would say it's a really great map and the Zoo theme is perfect, so I'll put it on A. And that's about it for the video. I know this was kinda long, and if you're a DeathRun player, you probably enjoyed it a bit more than if you're not. But yeah, I just wanted to do this once as someone suggested it in the comments, so I thought this would be a kinda neat idea. And I hope you all enjoyed it, and see you in the next video. Oh, by the way, before I do this, if there are any video ideas, because I'm really out of ideas right now, please write them in the comments. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.